What's up, everybody, and welcome to the House Show podcast right here at the Hideaway in Jackson, Mississippi, talking about the Great Southern 8. I am Corey. With me, as always, my co-host
is Joe.
And tonight is going to be a heck of a thing. We're hoping you guys are going to enjoy just as much as we are.
Looks like it's going to be a really great program here. We've got 8 wrestlers from 8 different states across the Southeast.
Right.
Vying for the coveted trophy of the Great Southern 8.
We call the 10-bell salute. So at this time, we're going to do that for Mr. Ricky Brown. He ran the Deep South Wrestling out of Gulfport and down around in that area. So, if y'all don't mind, give us the courtesy of a few moments quiet while we do a 10-bell salute for him, please. Thank y'all. One other thing I would like to say is we do not have a flag on display here. We thought about putting one up. We didn't get a chance to get one. That's why we did not play the national anthem tonight. But coming from a vet to each and every vet out there, thank you all for your service, and we appreciate everything y'all have done.
Absolutely. Always appreciate the service of the men and women in the armed forces.
Do it again. We do appreciate it, dude. We love having these shows for you guys because each and every one of these guys, this is their life, this is their passion. They put their heart, they put everything into it, they put their families on hold for this. So y'all remember that tonight whenever y'all are watching a match? When it's over with, hey, if they put on a great match, show them that respect and give them that honor and let them know it, as loud as you can.
Absolutely.
One other thing we do ask is, kids, do not touch the wrestlers. They are wrestlers. They will.
And it's more for their safety than anybody else's.
That's right.
Don't hit any of them. Don't grab any of them. Don't do anything to them.
Don't do anything to the wrestler you would not like done to yourself. Is kind of the golden rule here.
Yeah, here at Pro Wrestling Ego, we certainly have a lot of great fan interaction that happens between the wrestlers and the crowd. Things get pretty lively. People are very responsive here. And just a quick reminder for the kids that you don't reach out and touch anybody right here.
Like they say on the TV show, don't try this at home, kids.
You really don't want to be reach out and touched yourself.
That could be said for everyday living.
It could be in the state of our country right now. It might be a good reminder for everybody.
We're going to have 4 rounds. It'll actually be our first round, semifinals, and then our finals. We're going to have 4 matches in our first round.
That's right.
And then it's going to follow from there out. So
4 matches in the first round, 2 matches in the second round with a tag team belt competition in between, and then the finals. Coming up first, Stunt Marshall out of Florida, going to be going up against our very own Ray Fury right here in Mississippi. Now, Joe, we've seen the Hate Club, especially Stunt Marshall, a couple of times before. Really entertaining guys. And one thing about Stunt, he does hate everything.
That's true. Usually when we see Stunt, he's here with the rest of the Hate Club.
Yep.
And definitely they're a group to be to keep an eye on. They definitely work well together. But this is an opportunity for Stunt Marshall to come down here and make a name for himself in singles competition.
Marshall!
See what he can do here in the Great Southern 8 tournament.
Absolutely.
Now, right after we make a comment for people to not, reach out and touch anybody, then Stunt Marshall feels like it's necessary to come out here and antagonize everyone.
Well, when you're part of a group called the Hate Club, that's kind of your modus operandi.
There's hate that you have, and you feel like you have to share it with people. I think that's a special kind of Hallmark card that they really just don't sell enough of. And that's a sound that is familiar to Pro Ego wrestling fans.
Absolutely.
His opponent,
Our friend and yours, Ray Fury himself, Mr. Yeet Yeet 24/7. You know, one thing about Ray Fury, he constantly has new gear, new shirts, everything. You know the guy's doing all right because he's bringing all this new stuff every single time we see him. If you guys have found us, you've either found us on YouTube or you found us right here on Anchor.fm. Just remember, you can find us everywhere at House Show Pod. You can find me on Twitter at HouseShow_Corey.
I'm at HouseShow_Joe if you want to hear from me.
And Joe's usually catching up on Raw and SmackDown. You can usually find me commentating about NXT and 205 Live. And hopefully some other stuff coming down the pipeline.
I seem to remember it wasn't that long ago that somebody said that maybe that capes were a bad idea.
I believe that was Edna Mode.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a real person. Okay.
You know, it depends on how
steeped you are. I think it's
still
really good advice, though. I mean, even if it's not a real person.
Right.
This is a shoulder pad cape combo. Extends the shoulders out just a little bit further.
Kind of reminiscent of a LOD, maybe?
Without the spikes, though, which I always was concerned about. All it really would take is somebody to turn quickly to one side or the other, and you have yourself a pretty major problem with those spikes on the shoulder pads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ray Fury's taking the safer route here, and I think that's wise.
He's a smart man. Let it never be said that he's not. I want to take a minute to appreciate Stunt Marshall's hair.
All matches in this first round are for one fall or a 20-minute time limit.
All right, 20-minute time limit for all these matches.
20-minute time limit. So you got to do your work quick here.
You know, it makes sense. They got a lot of people they got to go through tonight.
That's very true. We got a lot of matches coming up here.
Ray handing off the cape to Cowboy Scott, our announcer.
Now, was that really impartial for an announcer to be also ring valet?
I mean, if Stunt had something to hand off, I'm fairly sure that Scott would take it. Super Dave is officiating tonight. Always good to see Super Dave in the ring. Both these guys known for their high-flying maneuvers. Both guys extremely quick on their feet.
You know, Stunt, you only got 20 minutes here. You probably better get to work.
You might want to get to work rather than Joe on at the audience. Yeah, absolutely.
Those people can't help you. You got to work with the man across from you. And that's Ray Fury. He doesn't go down fast.
No. Unlike the man across from me, Joe, who does go down extremely fast, but he's got a glass jaw.
Well, that's true. And it's icy.
It is.
Judge me. Come on.
I understand. Ray, the same sentiment goes to you. We got to get this job done.
This is going to be a 3-minute match by the time all of the shouting is done. Come on, gentlemen, let's get to work. It's first match of the night. We're trying to get the crowd involved in what we're doing.
Yep.
It's always that X factor that contributes to the performance.
True enough. All right, come on, guys. Once again, we are here at the Hideaway in Jackson, Mississippi, home of Pro Wrestling Ego, amongst other really fine concerts put on here. If you're in the neighborhood, come on, stop on by the Hideaway. Next door, we've got the Fourth and Goal restaurant, which you definitely don't want to miss. We are enjoying some of their pizza right now. We'll make sure and eat it away from the microphone just for your listening pleasure.
I make no guarantees.
Joe never does.
Stunt Marshall on top right now with a good lock on Ray Fury.
Ray getting out of that. Up, down, up, down. Little finesse. Swings it around, and now Ray Fury in control. There we go. There we go. Both gentlemen just feeling each other out, seeing which each other's made of.
A lot of muscling happening for two high flyers.
There we go. Back up and over. Slips it around. Ray back in control. Quick side headlock. We got the manager of the Hate Club ringside. Gentleman's name escapes me. I apologize. Stunt getting out of there, putting Ray right into the opposite. There we go.
Quick takedown, locks in that headlock. You know, these wear down tactics are usually something saved for those longer matches when the endurance is really a major part of the effort here. But in a 20-minute match, it may behoove someone to get on the ball.
Absolutely. As I said earlier, I've never seen either one of these men work together or against each other in this case. And so I think right now they're just trying to feel each other out and see what each other's capable of. Stunt putting him back into the ring ropes. Sends him off. Ray ducks the clothesline off the second rope. High flying body.
Momentum took him right off the top. That might have been a good spot to try to get a quick pin.
Ray Fury in control at the moment. Into the corner. High knee to Stunt Marshall. That'll wake you up or put you to sleep real quick. Ray Fury going again. Another high knee right to that chin.
Measuring up again.
And Stunt Marshall to the outside.
Now that's the kind of fury that we're used to seeing from Ray.
Absolutely. Very nice turn of the phrase. Now, usually in this case...
Oh, I see. I didn't even know that. I didn't catch it.
Of course you didn't.
See?
Jerk.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh.
Ray out to the outside.
Oh, my.
Good heavens. All right.
Caught his leg on that top rope.
Yep.
Wasn't as clean as you'd want, but it definitely took something out of Stunt Marshall.
Yep. Ray hyping up the crowd. Stunt on the outside. Quick blows.
And dropped right on the apron.
Stunt back inside. Super Dave still keeping count. Doing his job. Ray to decide he wants to take it up top. 5 minutes down, 15 to go.
Oh, my.
Beautiful, beautiful body. Right onto the ground.
Nice counter by Stunt. He had a split second in which to execute that move, make that counter, and get out of the position he was in. If Ray had hit that, I think we may have been done here.
Absolutely right.
Pulling him up by the mask. Very disrespectful.
Absolutely. It's possible that Stunt doesn't know the elaborate history of the luchador.
And it's
or
possible
that
he does, and he hates.
And now he's working over on that injured hip and knee of Ray Fury from that outside maneuver. Smart of Stunt. Ray choked out on that second rope. Dave right in there. Stunt off the rope. Beautiful maneuver right there.
Stunt's about to start a little side match with that child in the front row.
That is one thing you can say about the fans, especially the younger fans of Pro Wrestling Ego. They've got no problem with talking back to the wrestlers, especially the young girls. They know who they like, and trust me, they like Ray Fury. And honestly, who can blame them, you know? Stunt still in control, bringing Ray back up to his feet, sending him off the ropes. Quick drop down to take out those legs and right onto that injured knee. Stunt over with a beautiful elbow drop.
Nice elbow.
Very nicely done. You can catch Stunt and the rest of the Hate Club all throughout this great nation of ours. They're constantly on the road. And in fact, you can even catch Stunt Marshall on the House Show podcast a couple of weeks ago when we were building up to this great Southern Hate.
Yeah, Corey had a great series of conversations with all the guys who at the time were scheduled to be here. We've had a couple of replacements because of there was an injury to Corey Constantine.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And somebody else who couldn't make it. Oh, a little bit of assistance from the manager on the outside. But you can go back and catch those interviews, even though the tournament is happening now.
Yep.
It's a good series of interviews. Get to find out a little bit more about these wrestlers and a little bit more about the life and the goals that they've got.
You can find all of that at the House Show podcast. You can find it in iTunes. You can find it on Amazon Play, Google Play, actually. And you can find it on Anchor.fm. Get that app. You'll find us there almost every weekday. Ray Fury slightly back in control. Some jockeying for position right now. Stunt off the ropes. Ducks that clothesline. Beautiful back elbow.
Nice little springboard there.
Ray Fury with that quick 2.5. Stunt Marshall collected himself. Going for that hate chant. Up to the second rope.
Got a lot of distance to
Diving
cover here.
headbutt and misses completely. Good ring awareness on Fury's part.
Ray's calling for that chant to give him the energy to get back up.
When you are a wrestler, you feed off that energy. That energy is your life force, and it's amazing what you can accomplish when that gets in you. Let's hope it's enough for Ray Fury. Ray up. Bringing Stunt up to eye level. Stunt with a quick succession of slaps and elbows. Swings around, tucks it in, up, and just with that front face slam. You wouldn't think such power in such a small package, but honestly, Stunt Marshall can hang with the best of them. High leg drop, 2 count.
Stunt Marshall on a roll here, and he's having that sense that the crowd's getting behind him, and he needed to do something to stop that momentum. And I think a couple of moves like that would count as a momentum stopper.
Absolutely.
A little bit of yeet happening.
Ray tucked away in the corner. Stunt taking him up to the top. No good will come of this, I promise you that, Joe. Probably for either one of these gentlemen. Here we go. A little trouble getting them up and over. Ray peppering those ribs.
Ladies and gentlemen, 10 minutes. Has elapsed.
Oh, boxing over here.
Good
Sends him back.
heavens. Stunt is down. But not for long. Up. Ray up and over. Comes back. Oh, good heavens. With what we better call an RKO. 1, 2, and 3. There we have it. Ray Fury winning that first match against Stunt Marshall from the Hate Club. Solid outing for the first match of the night. Both gentlemen spent for that 10-minute match. Whereas Joe and myself could probably last a good minute and a half.
I don't know.
You
Minute
think
and a half
less?
is a long time.
You know what? You're right. Let's just go a solid minute.
I am assuming I would, in true Vinnie Mac style, blow out both
Both
my
quads.
quads just trying to get in the ring.
You know what? I believe that too.
I think I've blown out one of them just thinking about it. There is your winner.
Ray Fury representing the great state of Mississippi.
Stunt Marshall with a great outing, though.
Absolutely. And we see Stunt around here and the rest of the Hate Club every now and then. I'm sure we're going to see him again real soon.
He'll be back. Always does great work. Look forward to seeing him again. And we can look forward to seeing Ray in another match in the second round of our Great Southern 8 tournament.
Indeed,
coming
right
up.
after intermission. Cowboy Scott making his way back into the ring.
I see Scott's got himself a little footstool this time.
Well, you know, it's a bit of a stretch.
It is.
And in those jeans
I
and
appreciate
boots,
it.
it's probably tough to do. Joe, you ever worn a fine hat like that?
No.
It'd be interesting to see. I had one back in high school. Wore it one time to a Garth Brooks concert. And I left it there.
What?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, my
I left
gosh.
it at the concert. Because I knew I would never wear it again.
Just go ahead and set it down on the chair.
I did. I left
Said,
it
"This
right
is-
on the chair. I said, "You know
this
what,
is
partner?
done."
This is where we part ways." And that was it.
This just ain't happening again.
Vaya con Dios amigo, I believe was my parting words to that hat that I paid all of $35 for. I think Scott's probably a little bit more than that.
Probably. It looks like it might be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is good for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Representing North Carolina.
Out of North Carolina, we got Joe Black, a new entrant.
206 pounds. The Black Cloud. Joe Black.
We've never seen him here at Pro Wrestling Ego, but looking up some information on him, this gentleman is not here to play around. He's got quite a good name on him about the indie circuit. And not to mention, he cuts an impressive figure. Tonight, his opponent, Bam Bam Malone, out of the great state of Texas, my home state. I may be a bit biased,
Slightly.
only slightly. Not that Texans really like Texas or talk about it all the time with great reverence.
There is no other state where there is such an unbridled insanity.
I would
About
say
their
New
own
York.
state.
New York might rival it.
I don't know. Because most of the people in New York aren't from New York.
That's true.
But they still love it.
you know,
but
you
they're
got-
just not necessarily from there.
Maybe Florida, but most Floridians don't know where they are half the time.
That's true.
All right, here we go. Bam Bam Malone out of Texas.
Representing Texas by way of Dallas.
Oh, there we go.
235 pounds. The youth gone wild. Bam Bam Malone.
Another one new to me, at least. I don't think I've ever seen Bam Bam in action before, so this should be a pretty good night. I like that entrance music.
I like Bam Bam's energy. He seems like a nice throwback kind of guy.
Yeah,
It seems like he might have stepped right out of the 80s Texas wrestlers.
you might want to, could kind of equate him to the Dolph Ziggler Sans
Yeah, a little bit.
attitude. But yeah, he definitely
But
reminds me of.
bigger. I mean, he's
Yeah,
from Texas, so
absolutely.
like a taller guy.
You could have easily seen somebody like Bam Bam at the Sportatorium back in Dallas mid-'80s.
That's
Yep,
what I'm
absolutely.
talking about. Yep. Well, this is going to be an interesting matchup since Bam Bam's he's got a good couple inches there on
Yeah, there is a bit of a height
on
difference.
Joe Black, but the Black Cloud is here to ain't here to play, man. He's here to work.
You'd say he's here to rain on your parade?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but
Maybe you should.
I don't think so.
Match has begun. Both gentlemen taking their time, filling out the audience and each other. Joe is just an impressive figure. Look at the build on that guy. Not to mention that shock of red hair. Joe taking his time.
Got a lot of confidence, and he knows what he can do in the ring, so he's taking his time.
Absolutely.
He's picking his spots. It's wise.
You know, when you're working the heel roll, taking a powder doesn't always hurt. Definitely get in the mind of your opponent.
You know, hearing your music, coming down the stairs, getting in the ring,
Sure.
up on the corner, people cheering for you. It's good to slow some of that nonsense down.
Absolutely. Both gentlemen checking their hair.
That's well they should.
That's what they should. Quick lockup. A little bit of force, a little bit of show power. Bam Bam's in the corner. Sportsman, there we go. Joe running to the back. Ref getting in the middle of it. Joe asking the ref if he wants a piece. Ref's doing his job.
Well, that would be interesting, though.
I think so. See the ref get in there?
Change it up every once in a while. Oh, yeah. It's another match where there's a ref and two wrestlers wrestle each other.
I'm not sure that the ref's shirt would fit Joe.
We just change this up a little bit, and every once in a while a ref wrestles. Someone from the crowd wrestles.
That'd be disastrous. My God, the insurance that Pro Wrestling Ego would have to hold.
We have insurance?
We don't. They may. We do it for the love of the game. But right now, Joe's got the tie up. Bam Bam feeling it right there. Slips up and under. Just wrenching that arm.
Using that leverage in his height.
Joe making his way to the outside, trying to call. Oh, very nice maneuver.
Hard move.
Very nicely done.
Chickening that wing right there. Right through the rope. That's a nice move.
Yep, I like it.
This is one of the great things about something like the Great Southern 8, bringing in some guys that we don't normally get to see.
Sure.
See some new maneuvers, see some new tactics. It's great stuff.
Absolutely. Bam Bam shaking up that arm. Joe coming in. Quick elbow to the face. And a chop to the corner. Heard that all the way up here in the balcony. How about another one from Great Measure? There it is. Just warming that chest up. That's what he's doing. Switching places. Oh, there's one for the repeat. One more. Good heavens.
Quick rake to the eyes will change that up very quickly. Oh! Black Cloud knocked down with a lariat coming out of the corner.
Joe, we got a special guest with us. Dash is here. Dash, what do you want to say to the people at home?
You should be here right now.
Absolutely right. Thank you, Dash. You're very right. Dash, what are you thinking of the matches so far? We saw Ray Fury against Stunt Marshall. What did you think of that match?
I think it was so good.
Absolutely.
I'm glad Ray Fury won.
I think we all are. We were kind of partial to Ray Fury, so I can understand that. You got any investment in this match?
I really want Bam Bam to win.
You want Bam Bam to win. All right. Well, we're going to see what's going to happen. Bam Bam from the outside. Right, beautiful. That was a beautiful swing right there. Comes in. 1, 2. Joe out on 2.
Going to take a little bit more than that.
Dash, thank you for coming in. We appreciate your insight. Dash probably will pop back in later on in the night. Both gentlemen winded, working hard. That shock of red hair on Joe, almost like a rooster. Maybe you can tell what he's feeling.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, 5
You thinking it's like mood hair?
It might be mood hair. Joe in.
Oh,
Now that's
my.
an interesting one you don't see often.
Come out on the second rope, slid underneath, dropped him over the back.
Yep. Joe having a conversation with some of our audience members, our fans here.
Some of our more vocal audience members.
Vocal audience members.
It doesn't take long for the guys to figure out where the lot of the sound is coming from.
Nope. It used to be us, and now we're making sound up here.
Yeah, we're too far away now.
That's all right, Joe.
But I do like to shout.
You do. It's true. Choking out Bam Bam on that lower rope.
Choking him out on the second rope now. Joe's in good control right now.
Yep, absolutely.
He's chopping down Bam Bam to size, chopping him up into bite-sized chunks.
I like that. Bam Bam making that comeback.
Slugging his way out of it.
High kick to the face.
And that's great until you run into 2 feet in the air.
But you got to think, as short of stature that Joe is, to get that standing drop kick on somebody like Bam Bam, that's some impressive athleticism. Joe just taking his time. Wearing him down.
Locking him up.
Yep. Trying to put that guy to sleep.
I don't think Bam Bam's going to give up that easily.
No.
Though. Calling for the crowd to get him back into this.
All right, up to one knee. Back up and using that hair. Listen, you're going to grow your hair out that long, it's going to get grabbed.
You're just asking for it at that point.
Joe and I don't have that problem.
Nope.
Probably never will.
Joe Black's taking a bow. Maybe a little early.
Showboating oftentimes
Sometimes,
will get the better of you.
Well, I'm a man of the theater. You got to finish the show before you take the bow.
Joe up in the corner, met with a hard elbow, sends him back, goes for a repeat. High kick this time. One more time, misses completely, and Bam Bam with the roll up. Out at 2.
Impressive maneuver and good awareness.
Ugh, quick kick to the gut.
And he was aware of that foot going in his gut and then getting flipped over. He's aware of that right now.
Joe with the quick 2 count.
Sometimes on those pinfall attempts, you may not want to get too cute. Just go for the good old 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely. You think someone like Joe with those tights with the tassels, that could be a hindrance and possibly a weapon against him. Joe up on the top. Tries to go off with the frog splash, met with nothing but the ground. Both men struggling to get up.
That match with the 20-minute time limit seems like it's not very long until you're in the middle of it.
Yep. Both men back to their feet, trading blows. Bam Bam with that leverage. Quick, and right back down again. Brings him up. Quick drop. Frog over with that inverted head. 1, 2.
Almost. Sometimes the way to get that second wind is to start throwing those punches.
Sure. Get that adrenaline going.
Starts working those lungs like a bellows.
Yes, sir. Joe is up. Maybe a Samoan. Nope. Reverses it.
Oh, my.
Very nice driver right there. 1. Bam Bam out at 2.
And Joe's just wondering, what do you got to do to put this big man down?
A bit more than that, obviously.
He's been throwing the kitchen sink at this guy.
Yep. Audience decidedly in Bam Bam's corner. Joe Black up to the second rope. Ugh. Not so much. 10 minutes have gone by.
10 minutes remaining.
He's winding up the band.
Oh, a quick kick to the chin. That might be it. 1, 2, and 3. That is indeed it. Bam Bam winning over Joe Black with some sweet chin music of his own. That's not copyrighted, is it? We're not going to get sued for that? I know we can't too sweet each other.
What are you saying? Don't say that.
I'm sorry. Congratulations to Bam Bam Malone making his way to the semifinals with his win over Joe Black.
These have been some really great first-round matches.
Absolutely.
It's to the point where I'm a little worried that the first round's going to take a lot out of these guys by the time they come back down.
Well, honestly, Joe, if the first round doesn't take a lot out of them, they weren't doing it right.
I suppose, but then you're looking forward to a sloppy second round. And then two dead bodies are fighting each other in round 3.
Nobody likes sloppy seconds. It's very true.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I hear you. Hopefully this is not the last time we see Joe Black. Really solid outing from this gentleman from North Carolina. Taking a minute in the ring.
Some
Let
really,
it soak in.
really great work in this match. He really had Bam Bam. He was pushing him around pretty solid for a good portion of the match, but he just couldn't get that last maneuver that would seal the deal.
He had him quite literally on the ropes for most of the match. Joe Black having a conversation with an audience member. They seem to have agreed to disagree, and Joe is making his way to the back. Maybe. Some of these guys, some of these fans of Pro Wrestling Ego really got to watch themselves. This guy just came off a losing match, got his adrenaline pumping, and a guy who weighs 75 pounds soaking wet decides he wants a piece. You know what we call those kind of audience members, Joe?
Chum.
No, smarks, but yeah, chum's fine too.
And they can.
Those are the ones that get knocked down real easy.
And I've often heard that chumps jump up to get beat down. What do you think of those arms on those mics, Joe?
Some nice stuff right
Is
there.
that nice?
Certainly is.
Best that money could buy.
Straight out of Office Depot.
How dare you? I think it was some company out of China. I don't remember the name.
So if you Google translate Office Depot into Chinese, it's probably right.
It might be
Okay.
right. Yep.
I'm not. They are nice though. It's definitely helpful.
Yeah, match number 3. Eric Wayne out of Tennessee making his way to the ring. We've seen Eric a few times here at Pro Wrestling Ego, and he never fails to impress. That little girl has something to say to everyone. That's going to be a woman of power when she grows up. She's got no problem talking to the big man.
Either a woman of power or that lady at the end of the bar.
Either way, you better listen.
It's true. That is hard to argue with.
Eric, always with the shenanigans. That's not good on the knees.
But he always comes to every match with a lot of energy, good focus. He's got good power. This is one of those tournaments, man. Everybody coming into this ring has gotten here and earned it.
Absolutely.
These are guys who know what they're doing in that ring. and no one is easy to put down.
And that's what makes the Great Southern 8 such a pleasure to watch and to commentate on. This is number 6 of the Great Southern 8. 6 years they've been doing this. They don't look to be stopping anytime soon. The crowd pleaser, the man with the golden mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen,
O'Shea Edwards making his way down out of the great state of Georgia. Quick story about O'Shea, you know, he's never short for words. When we were doing the podcast, he and I, we hit that 20-minute mark so easy, we could have gone a whole nother hour. Unfortunately, we were cut short for time. But it's always a pleasure to have O'Shea on the mic or in the ring.
This is a new entrance song for him.
It
isn't
is. Yeah, I like it.
I'm a big fan. I'm liking it a lot. I'm not sure if today is the day to be waving that flag, but he is representing Georgia.
Yeah, well,
He represents it proudly and well.
the people of Pro Wrestling Ego love O'Shea Edwards. He is family here. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, this is probably going to be my match of the night.
Oh.
Good, Eric Wayne, not even playing around. Coming in quick and
He
hot.
does-
Bell hasn't even rung yet.
He does not need a bell to have a
Gee
fight.
whiz. Super Dave, you better get something going on here, man. Eric measuring him up. Coming off with that rolling body. Good heavens.
That cannonball off the apron. He's putting himself in a good position to start off well here. If we ever actually do get a bell and get an actual match out of this.
Well, I mean, we've got to. There's
We
got
have
to be a
to.
match.
This is the way the tournament works.
O'Shea right behind, though. Fool him once. Shame on him. Back up in the ring. A quick punch to the jaw. O'Shea chunking off the outerwear. Goes
I think
in.
you made it back to the merch table, so you may be able to purchase that ring-worn T-shirt.
You know, that's an extra $10. O'Shea with that devastating right.
Oh,
Ooh, met with another slap. O'Shea says it's nothing but a muffin, and he's got plenty of butter to go. You like that one, Joe? Come on,
I
give
don't
it
know
to
if
me.
I liked it.
Oh,
It
you
caught
did.
Me,
How
it caught
dare
me
you.
unawares.
That's my job. Eric Wayne backing off slightly. O'Shea cuts an impressive figure. Big boy. Eric Wayne going to try
Bring it
again.
on.
Ooh, met with that cinder block of a chest. O'Shea says it's my turn now. Eric Wayne begging off. I believe Jim Ross would call this the possibility of being a slobber knocker. That right hand meeting Eric's chin once again. Both men not backing down an inch.
Super Dave not even sure what he can do
There's
here.
nothing he
can't
can
really
do.
he can't count him out. There hasn't even been a bell
All right,
yet.
well, Eric's back in. As soon as we get O'Shea in there,
If
Dave's
O'Shea
got to
gets
call
in,
for
he
that
can
bell.
call. Just quickly, just call
do
for the
it.
bell right now. Just do it.
All right,
If he gets in the ring.
O'Shea's
Come
got
on,
the straps
O'Shea.
back up. Here we go. Wait for it. Wait for it. O'Shea, you might not want to give Eric this much opportunity to get his win back. And
Quick, go for it.
there's
There
the
it
match. All right, here we go.
is. We have an actual match.
You got to
ladies
ring
and
the bell,
gentlemen.
brother.
This
There it
gonna
is. All right, Eric Wayne asking for.
happen. He's
a bit
trying
of
to
a
slow
timeout.
it down at this point.
You
Give me a
can't slow
sec.
down that
Come on.
freight train. You just better get out of the way. They're saying you suck something. I don't want to go
Eric
for
Wayne, I think.
Eric Wayne. All right, makes sense. Eric trying to catch him unawares. Good
Oh.
heavens!
Flinging that foot down. Eric
O'Shea
Wayne face
just on
first.
top of him. Look at that. Suplex City right there. Is that gimmick infringement? Do we have to pay for that one too?
I don't think so.
It's not like Brock Lesnar even listens to anything else. Oh, and O'Shea bouncing back up. Oh, Eric. Quick elbow to the face. Up and over with another suplex. But Eric's back up too. You know, something's going on. Oh. Yikes. Good heavens. You know, Joe, I think were we to take a suplex, we would have been done about halfway up. We wouldn't even have to land.
Held on to it there and went
Yep.
for the pin, got the 2 count.
Tried to bridge it. Yep.
It's a heck of a bridge right there.
Eric's on the outside, taking a breather. O'Shea decides, you know what, I'll meet you outside.
I think they've been fighting outside of the ring more than in.
Yep, I agree. Eric in and out again, breaking that count. Ooh, quick headbutt. That might be the Achilles heel right there of O'Shea Edwards. Good heavens. Oh, golly.
Gosh,
O'Shea says, I'm getting real tired of this.
slapping wet clay.
Oh, man. Oh, raking those eyes. But he's on the outside. Nothing the ref can do. Brings it back to the people. Tells O'Shea to have a seat.
Perhaps they will order a pizza from 4th and Goal.
We've got a couple of slices left. We can help out. Super Dave will call him out. Oh, Eric Wayne has a baby. Why is that? That's not a smart idea. Why would you give Eric Wayne a baby?
That might be his baby.
It might not, though.
I don't know. That
And the baby just kicked O'Shea Edwards in the face.
baby boot to the face.
Now listen, when my son was barely 6 months old, he cracked one of my ribs with just a simple leg drop. So
There we go.
anything's possible. Good. That baby has been used as a weapon. That's a beautiful thing, though. It's a cute kid.
Baby weapon.
That baby didn't want any of that, though. And that's why Eric is the greatest. Well, that's debatable.
Training up a new generation.
Somebody's got to, Joe.
Does somebody got to really? I mean,
If somebody doesn't, then what happens with the next generation?
well, it's not like he's going to have he could have a match against King Maxwell.
Ooh, make that happen, Jay Andrews. Make that happen. Rebby's a free agent right now.
That's true.
And with
I
Rebby
don't-
comes Maxwell.
That's true.
O'Shea just drops Eric Wayne on the outside.
Drop down to that
Right
parquet
onto that
floor.
parquet.
Oh,
Good Lord. That's going to
wow.
hurt both gentlemen.
That's going to hurt the floor.
Quite possibly.
That's a lot of beef to slap down on that floor. People got to dance on that later tonight.
Is there a dance party later?
I have no idea.
I didn't think so.
I assume
All right,
so.
O'Shea back in the ring. Super Dave. What's happening? Oh, the little girls are counting. All right, well, let
Drop
them count.
kicks by 4-month-olds.
I know, right? Grab a mic. Go ahead, it's on.
We are joined here
That
by
was the
Chuck.
greatest thing I've ever seen
That
in professional
baby.
wrestling. That baby is the most overworker in the entire world.
Heavens, that's impressive.
I'm jealous.
You guys have the same haircut, though.
Yes.
You might be able to
Yes.
achieve that one day.
You got him on the beer game, though.
I want to go pick up my son and throw him on somebody.
I think you should right now. Do it.
There's still time.
He's 9 years old. He's not 4 months old, so it won't be as impressive. But I want to pick him up and throw him on Eric Wayne.
I don't know. I've seen him in the ring
Let's
before.
book that.
He's got
Let's book
some
that
moves.
match. Jay Andrews
think-
booked that match.
I'm all for it. My son did have a match against Jay Andrews.
Well, that is very true.
Yes,
You're raising them right, Chuck.
he's got a undefeated streak going of 1.
How about him and King Maxwell? We'll put them together.
Yes, and they could be a tag team against Eric Wayne,
Wayne and the baby.
And the baby.
Beautiful.
I'm all
Make it
for
happen.
Except for Eric Wayne has been known to have a taser with him. So
I saw that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
we'd have to outlaw that because that's a baby.
Yeah.
You know.
We're not getting extreme here. We just
No,
need a regular
this
match.
is no EC dub.
No, it's not. It's far from it.
O'Shea with that quick elbow to Eric Wayne's face, send him off the ropes, catches him with a power bomb in the
I don't
middle.
want any part of that.
1,
either.
2.
I don't want a part of the.
That is
powerbomb
not
or that
enough to
No.
put out Eric Wayne.
Well, he took the hit on the parquet floor. I mean, you think a power bomb's going to stop that man?
That had to be softer than the parquet floor.
I would hope
it's like,
so.
oh, this is like a dream.
I can't
Sort of
believe.
mattress.
I can't believe Eric Wayne's getting up.
There's a lot of things about Eric Wayne that you can't believe. Most of them you can't even pronounce or say in mixed company. So, quick kick to O'Shea's face.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Chuck. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming
Chuck
by.
McMullen.
We're going to see Chuck later on tonight. Good heavens. Oh. Eric got his 5th wind going for a clothesline. Met right on
And
the
he got
neck.
one. He got one.
Good God. Yep, just
He
put him down.
certainly got one.
Put him down. 1, 2. And he kicks out.
Kicks out and gets the foot on the rope.
Got dropped on the top of his head and yet had enough common sense to kick out of that.
You
Good
could argue
heavens.
that common sense
Well,
might have told you not to,
Not to
but
have. Yeah. Wow.
I think Eric Wayne didn't come all the way over here to go out like that.
Even if he had gone out like that, it's still impressive. And Eric's on his feet. Quick slap.
Still
Quick
throwing
headbutt.
hands and throwing heads.
Good God. Sets him up. Drops him down on the top of his head for a receipt. O'Shea on the back. 1. Barely even a 1 count. And O'Shea has hulked up.
Oh, my.
That elbow. Good night, Irene. The silver-tongued devil himself, O'Shea Edwards.
Eric Wayne likely to be drinking through a tube.
Eric Wayne off, up, down.
My goodness.
1, 2.
Still throwing that
Come
shoulder
on.
up. Eric Wayne is not done.
And an audience member just ripped a shirt.
That may well have been Eric Wayne's shirt from
It could have been
before.
Eric
I think it got
Wayne's.
passed around.
And then in that case, it was a gimmicked shirt. I'm not putting anything over that guy does. Quick chops. Up,
And over. And there they go.
The straps are coming down. Everybody knows when you're wearing a singlet and the straps come down, it's business time. Eric on Dream Street scoops him up. Couple of elbows to get out. Eric's got him. Maybe a suplex. Oh,
Just does get him over.
that's a lot of man to get over.
And not a lot of room to do it. It
Nope.
came close to those turnbuckles.
That shoulder just coming up at the last minute. It's hard to believe, but O'Shea looks like the winded one, and Eric looks like he's just biding his time. Man. Eric's up and off, met with a boot. O'Shea's got him. Oh, right against that lower rope. That turnbuckle on the back of the head will knock anybody down. Eric Wayne's up. Slam from hell. 1, 2, 3, and that is it.
That is what it took, ladies
Ladies
and gentlemen,
and
to
gentlemen.
put down
Good
Eric
God.
Wayne.
O'Shea Edwards is your winner. But you know what? Honestly, it could have gone either way for that entire match. Both men leaving it right there in the middle of the ring.
Eric Wayne was not going to be an easy put down, man.
No.
He was going to fight tooth and nail with everything he had,
he
threw
sure as hell
everything
did.
at O'Shea, and very well may have taken enough out of O'Shea to make that second round a lot more difficult for him.
Yes, indeed. Both men, my hat's off to you. You guys are damned impressive. And O'Shea with that win. You can always see it right here at the Hideaway in Jackson, Mississippi. If you aren't familiar with Pro Wrestling Ego, look them up on Facebook, look them up on YouTube, find them on our YouTube channel for that matter. O'Shea Edwards is usually in every single outing that they have here. And we're glad to have him every time.
A good man wrestles with his heart and soul.
He sure did. Eric Wayne taking his time getting out of that ring
Yeah.
for good reason.
Gingerly getting out of the ring.
Super Dave going to help him out a little bit there.
Legs may be a little bit wobbly making his way to the stairs.
Can you blame the guy?
I can't.
Took a
I don't know how
turnbuckle to the back of the head.
I'm not sure how he's walking. Yeah, he went into the turnbuckle, that one flip that landed on his head. He went onto the
Good
parquet
Lord.
floor. A couple of those power bombs. Man, that's some impressive work.
It's a hell of a match. All of them so far have been a hell of a match.
Like them or not, if they put on a great match, y'all show them some love. Put y'all's hands together. Because whenever he took that buffalo bomb, I thought he was dead.
Yep, same here, Scott.
I'm just saying.
All right, here we go. Fourth match, final match of the first round.
Just 51 ball with a 20-minute time limit. Representing South Carolina from Columbia, 1/3 of Country Jack. Being escorted to the ring by Big Ram.
Big Ram getting in, demanding that microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now about to witness the #1 client of Big Ram Enterprises, Brady Pierce. Say hello.
Brady Pierce coming out of the great state of South Carolina.
Y'all gonna give me and my
Big Red's got something to say for a moment.
or we are leaving this.
Big Ramp always has something to say. The man's never short for anything.
Shut your face, fat Superman. Now, referee Obama, you better call it down the middle. Finish your job, Golf Brooks.
Oh, come on, Ramp. Good heavens.
I mean, let's be honest. He's
Scott,
not
how you
wrong.
gonna follow this,
He's
Scott?
not wrong.
No,
Finish
it's true.
your job. I mean,
He calls it like he sees it.
Where you can take your
and I guess he sees it that way.
Absolutely.
That's the way he sees it right there.
Coming down from the great state of Alabama, Ike Cross making his way. Ike not playing around, shot out of that entranceway. Now we've never seen Ike Cross around here, but from what I've heard, this is going to be another one of those matches that we will not soon forget.
He's one of the guys comes out here with all the energy that he needs to get that crowd on his side.
Absolutely. Made a quick lap around the audience. Almost took Scott out.
Made his slide into the ring, and he is ready to go. Calling for it. Get up, people. Ike Cross taking on Brady Pierce.
Both men in phenomenal shape. Brady, that's a big boy. Ref doing his job, checking him out.
There is our bell. This is a match.
Thank you, Joe. You call it like you see him. I'll say it.
You having a nice nap over there?
I was actually over here telling our friend O'Shea Edwards that he had a hell of a match.
He knows.
I'm not saying I told him anything new. I just told him that I appreciated it. All right, both men coming in. Quick arm drag. Big ramp on the outside. Where can I get some pants like that? Big Ramp's got those bright red. What is that, velour? What is that? What is that, velvet?
I don't know. It could be.
Ike, not sure what to make of him yet. Brady, having control so far. All right, come on, gentlemen. Oh,
Look at
my.
the height on that.
Good God. Ike's not having any of it. Ike says, come on, I'll take more. Brady getting sent around. Not sure where he is. There's a little high one. All right, here goes Ike to the corner. High knee. Drops out the legs. Comes back over. Both legs into the corner. Good heavens. All right, Ike. Ref keeping decorum. Big Ramp choosing his battles. Up, getting chased off. Ike up and over. Good God. Folks, you want to sit on the front row? You might want to think again.
You're going to get a lap full of high cross here.
Oh, man. Was no hesitation.
None.
Not even a second thought. Man, oh, man. Got a throat full of that top
A
rope.
little bit too confident there.
Yeah, well. You live and you learn, obviously.
Brady Pierce was ready for him.
Brady, got him up. Bring him to down. Looking over that lower back.
Just a 1 count that time.
Side right.
Sometimes those little quick counts there are just something psychological. At any moment, this could happen.
Absolutely.
Puts them back on their heels a little bit.
Ike's face meeting the top turnbuckle there.
And that'll put you back on their heels a little bit, too.
Yeah. Oh, driving that shoulder right into the midsection. Where there's one, there's always another. You see the rule of threes applied here. Not today. All right.
Third time, we're going for a ride. Wow.
Sends him right into there.
A lot of power behind that.
Yeah, Brady's not a small man.
No.
Neither is Ike, though, for that matter. All the matches we've been watching tonight, all the men have been really evenly matched. It's not till you get to that second round where you start getting some of those differences and really makes for some entertaining matches. What is Big Ramp doing over there? He's gonna go check out the merch table.
Checking out that
That trophy?
that trophy.
Yeah, maybe so.
He's trying to make sure that he made enough room in his trophy case for it.
Right? Ooh, just the power that he keeps sending them off with.
Well, it was nice that he sent him to the other side so that the
Kinda evened it
ring
out.
broke, scooted a little bit that direction.
Right, put it back in square.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes has elapsed.
5 down, 15 to go. Brady's still in control. Telling the ref to look over here for a second. Well, Big Ramp does some work on the outside.
He's just contributing a little bit to the match.
Well, they're looking at the game. There's a game going on. All right, 2 count. Big Ramp telling him to shut his face, as the shirt says. Those little girls just don't know when to stop. Good heavens. Yeah, there goes Brady onto his back. 1, 2. There's the count out. Ike just wobbling. Brady coming back. Sends him into the second turnbuckle.
Brady needing to walk it off a little bit.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
He got some of his cobwebs knocked loose. Got to give that spider a chance to weave them again. Rolls him over. Locks him up. This is where that height advantage comes into play.
Yeah.
He's able to lock in that leverage.
Absolutely.
Take some of the wind out of your opponent. Let some of yours get back.
Once again, folks, we are here at the Hideaway in Jackson, Mississippi for the Great Southern 8. We've seen 3 of the 4. We're in the middle of the 4th right now. Coming up, we got intermission after that, and then we break down into the semifinals. If you've never been to a pro wrestling ego event, definitely check them out. Get here because the action is always solid. Look at that. Ike is up. Brady just holding on to him, letting all the blood rush to his head. Tim Burr. Brady's calling for it. Ike says, no thank you. Brady's a little upset.
He needs to keep his composure here. I know it's been a good back and forth between the two of them, but he's kept everything really rock solid, and he seems to be in a much better spot in the match if he can just keep those emotions under control.
Absolutely. He's mouthing off to the audience. It's never a good sign.
Yeah, that's another distraction.
Switches it on him.
You can't let yourself take your focus away for 1 second. Guy like Ike Cross is not going to let you get away with it.
Yes, sir. Both men struggling to get back up. Looks like Ike might be the first. Nope. Pretty evenly matched there. There's a right for you. And 1 for you. Goodness. If I told Ike to put some stank on it, you think that'd be kind of out of bounds there?
I mean, I think so, but
what's love got to do with it, honestly?
the secondhand emotions.
Ike sends him down. Brady coming back for more. High cross. Another one. Ike ducks it, comes off with that flying elbow. Man. And yet Brady's getting Ike with that kip up. Man. Sends off. Ref's got a hold of that.
Wow.
Neck breaker. There's 1, 2. Out at 2. Nice exchange.
An emphatic kick out. That was a blur of action right there. I think Brady didn't see it.
Probably not.
Just saw that streak going across. Once he realized what was happening, he definitely had an emphatic kick out and is trying to get in control again. Rolled
Ike,
up.
rolling. Out at 2 again.
Big Ramp's been playing around with the crowd there a little bit too long. He needs to pay attention to his fella in the ring there.
Yeah, when your client's on the corner, you need to be right there being his biggest cheerleader because you can't depend on the audience to do that for Brady. Yeah. Well, hell. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, 10 minutes has elapsed. 10 minutes.
10 minutes in, and Ike is still wowing him with the acrobatics. Ike's up and over. Oh, and Brady switches it around to a modified slam. And that's all
That
she
does
wrote.
it.
Good heavens. That was no small feat in and of itself.
Brady Pierce.
So here's what we got so far, folks. Ray Fury won against Stunt Marshall. Bam Bam Malone won against Joe Black. O'Shea Edwards over Eric Wayne, and now Brady Pierce from South Carolina. This first half hasn't proven to you that Pro Wrestling Ego's got the goods. I don't know what to tell you, folks.
Now, this really has been a stacked card so far. It's
Yeah.
really enjoyable to watch, and it's only going to get better from here, everybody.
Ike Cross, you were a pleasure to watch out of Alabama. You're just right next door. I hope we get to see him again here in the ring for Pro Wrestling Ego.
Great energy.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not going to lie, it's very difficult for me to not sing along right now.
It's tough for you?
It is.
All right.
The only thing that's stopping me is the shame that I would feel
And it's recorded, too.
listening
so it's
to this later. That is the only thing that's stopping me.
And you know I probably would...
Future shame.
Yeah, I'd cut it and...
Which, if I were a
remix it.
wrestler, that might be my nickname.
Future shame.
Future shame.
Not present shame,
No.
but future shame.
No, future shame.
All right, I'll take it.
It's so more soul crushing. Future
Yeah.
shame.
No, I get you.
You can be an idiot now, but later on you're gonna be like, "What was
What?
I?"
You would think by now Big Ram will come up with some original material.
Oh, Scott.
Whichever. He's got to steal from the loopholes.
Well, that is intermission, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. We're coming right back with the second half. Stay tuned.